Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bevarse Batch. This week, we have Anis as usual. We have Tulasi and we have Ria, and we're reviewing Maa Inti Bangaaram.
Yeah, we had to bring in the female reviewers as well for this movie.
We're just
Yeah.
reviewers, not female reviewers.
Oh, get his ass.
Canceled.
Yeah. This is what
Oh,
happens when he
already
does the
in the
intro.
first minute, the first minute.
Monkey set us
Yeah.
up for failure.
It's gonna
Yeah.
go great.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we got a kind of a packed house today, and it's split, right? It's an even split, both genders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends on, yeah, okay. Um,
He's
so I
canceled.
guess, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Both
yeah.
hosts
Can't have
canceled
too
within the
much
first two
conflict.
minutes.
Feeling a little rowdy today. Okay, maybe. Yeah, so it just came out. Do you want to do like non-spoiler for a little bit? I feel like it's still running pretty well, right? It's a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could do like our general thoughts as
Mhm.
non-spoiler and then
Okay.
go into positives, negatives in the second part of it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Why don't you guys go ahead? I feel like those see have we had you on in a long time?
I think I've only done
Yeah.
one. I don't
Yeah,
even
you've
remember what
done.
it was.
It
Maybe
was another movie review.
I think it was Tillu Squared.
I think it was till yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
some one
yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Do you want to lead us off?
Sure. Okay, so I didn't really know what to expect going into this. I thought I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I thought their promotional content was a little cringe, and I was a little worried because sometimes I find Samantha's acting to be cringe too, even though I really like her. But I was really pleasantly surprised. I think they did a really good job with the the theme. Like overall, it was a pretty solid, average Telugu commercial template with a female lead. And I think that was done really well. In the spots where it could seem like it could be cringy or like over the top, I just felt like it was pretty seamless. So overall, I liked it. I think it was a well done effort.
I'll go from there. I think I agree with a lot of what those you just said. I think it is a overall an average film, but I did it was like right on the line for me of I thought it was okay to liked it, but I think I'm gonna lean towards I liked it. Um, yeah, it's a basic like template film that like we've all seen for ages, right? Like uh whether it be Author or even most recently with OG, like, oh, there's a past for this character and the past comes back. Very like, nothing new there. But I think the newness comes from obviously having Samantha as the lead and the way that like the action was done, and then also certain concepts in the film that they also show in the promotions, like a Cordeloo trying to be a good Cordeloo versus what is a bad Cordeloo, like that dynamic, I think. So addressing things like that makes it a little bit fresh. But I think there was enough in there for people to enjoy, which is why I lean towards I liked it. Even though I recognize that it's a very average film if you just look at it as a movie. Um, but yeah, those are my quick thoughts, non-spoiler thoughts.
Yeah, I can go next. I didn't really know what to expect because I didn't watch any trailers, any promotional content. I didn't even really know like the genres. I'm not familiar with a lot of like the Tollywood actors. So I kind of went in completely blind. I thought it was really entertaining for sure. I think there were parts of it that felt slow, but then you kind of start to realize that it's like build up. So I think a lot of it was done really well. I liked that they explored a lot of different like facets of the characters' lives. So I definitely was entertained, and it didn't feel like it was the length didn't feel like as long as it was. So I enjoyed it. I think it was definitely like a nice like easy watch. And there were some parts of it that I felt were like done really really well. Granted, like I'm not super familiar with a lot of Telugu movies, but to me it felt like very fresh, and I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of the points that are said. Like, I think it's not something that's been, it's not something that's reinventing the wheel, right? It's something that's already kind of template. But with the fact that it's like the wife now instead, like her perspective, like I thought that introduced a couple of fun scenes and a couple of dynamics that were fun enough to keep it moving and not make it really stale because we take that out, it's like completely like we've seen this 100 times before. So I think that made it okay. And so overall, I think it was all right. Just a new, fresh take on a already done concept.
Yeah, I agree with everybody too, and I like the female centric aspect of this film, especially like Srimuki's character and the friend's character. Um, I would say that like the flashback scene, I kind of thought that was not so well done. But apart from that, I really liked the acting for the women characters more than the male characters in this film. I think they were better put together.
Wow, a lot of positive reviews across the board. So it's good that I went last. um, I I just didn't care at all, like for anyone in this movie. I think it suffers from really, really bad depth of any character besides Samantha, but she killed it. I thought she was a treat to watch, and I didn't hate the movie. It's like we said, I think it's a different approach, right? I just felt that it was almost 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is kind of ridiculous for a movie with such a simple storyline. And I don't think outside of like Samantha's friend, the let's come on girl, outside of her, no one else was properly established. Her husband, the antagonist, the in-laws. And at certain points, I couldn't tell. Like there were ample avenues for them to talk about like, oh, a traditional housewife shouldn't be just this or that, or like kind of comment on like the patriarchal view we have. Kananta Jele, like there was a little spiel in the climax, and I thought we were getting there, but um, yeah, I didn't care about the characters, but it was fine. It's like Tulsi and Anis and Sai said, it's refreshing seeing like a female lead take on this template, and I'm glad it's doing well, right? But I think if it was any other year than 2026, where we were already used to such rota, like if this was the year Mahanati came out or in the whatever, so I think there's better movies out there that are female led, but I'll get to it in spoilers and stuff. But overall, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was really long though. It was very, very long. I thought we also watched it at like 9 p.m. So yeah,
Cool. Does anyone have any other non-spoiler thoughts, or should we just jump in? I think we can just probably jump into positives
I
first.
will. I will say yeah. So since we're doing spoiler, I asked Avinav what he thought of the movie at our friend's proposal, and we were like 5 drinks in at this point. And he says the funniest things ever. He's like, I don't like Nuxalites, dude. So I didn't fuck with the movie. And I was like, dude, what? So
Most
I thought that
irrelevant
was,
parts of the movie.
yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Okay, low-key, I've seen Naxalites in so many Telugu movies, but
Yeah,
like Inka Ardhan Kaadu Nak, like I don't know exactly
I
what
They're
they
just
couldn't
are.
explain it to
communists.
Ria. I couldn't
I
explain it
think
to
like
Ria because they kept saying forest. And she was like, what does that mean? And I was like, Andalu. And she was like, what? And I was like, fuck, I don't know how to.
Like, aren't they supposed to have like a good purpose?
Yeah, like I remember I looked it
they
up
fight crime or
after.
something, right?
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
they're
no.
supposed to be.
I looked it up after Jalsa because I was obsessed with that movie and whatever. Pawan Kalyan finds or his character finds purpose in doing this. So I was
Hmm.
like, what the heck is that? They're basically like communist groups that were like, um, obviously like India is like not um supportive of that ideology, but like they were like basically like grassroots people, literally grassroots, trying to like overthrow the government and like make it communist.
Mm.
I don't really know like what relevance they still have though.
Well,
But
this
yeah.
I
movie
think
was in the
the
80s, so
Oh,
like
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
never mentioned that, but I saw in an interview they were like, "Oh, getting ready for this movie. It's in the 80s." And I was like, "What the heck?"
Oh, I
But
didn't
yeah.
yeah, they had
know.
Yeah,
nothing
my
like
80s porn is
dumbass.
crazy. I
Yeah,
did not think it was in the
I
80s.
I
Yeah, I didn't
didn't
realize that.
realize that.
I fully
I
thought it
don't
was
know if they did a good
2026.
yeah, I don't know if they did a good job of the setting then because I did
Yeah,
thought that.
It
it
just
was
looks
even
like a
modern.
village set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they use landlines, so I guess
Again, I just
that
thought they
plays.
were poor
But
people in the village but had
yeah,
beach
you could just write that
houses.
off as like a village thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even
I
like
guess.
There's a lot of
2000s.
things
Like
there.
I was using landlines in the 2000s.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I know that derailed. I said pros at the same time. I said Abhinav's con, but I'll talk about. I guess I can start because I have the least pros probably out of all of you. But Samantha, like, she was really good in this movie. She was like vulnerable when the family was being rude to her initially, but she was also badass when she had to get into the fight sequences. She moved very well. I think Barbell like said in his video, like it's not like she kicks him and they go flying. Like it's believable. So I thought that was good. She killed it. And to be honest, I would say another pro is I think the fight scenes were good, maybe a little lengthy, but they were good. And also it felt it never got too heavy. Like I know there was a villain, I know there's murder attempts in the movie, but it was always had like a certain sense of lightheartedness throughout, which was nice. So that those are my main pros, and I like that. Obviously, the friend is really funny, and think she added a comedic relief, and I really like Vanilla Kishore's cameo at the end. Ria was like, "Who is that?" And I had to explain it because, like, yeah, I wish they kept that in the movie. I don't know why they didn't, but whatever. Those are my pros.
I wish Metallica Shore gave like a Brummy type entry like he does in Ataru, but they come in the second half and like take the movie to the next level. I wish that happened with Metallica Shore in this movie. But yeah, I think one of my pros is definitely like I like the whole family dynamic in this movie. Um, it took you kind of back to like the older Telugu movies. Like it doesn't do it as well as those movies, but it does kind of take you back to that era. And they did try their best to kind of bring those like Athadu or like Ready days of like having that, village family setting, joint family setting, right? So I liked seeing that in the first half of it. And then also having Samantha as like the odd one out or like competing with Srimuki. I think Anis, you mentioned Srimuki. I really liked her character in it too. Like you kind of have to have that like ideal person and like you can definitely like play off of that kind of dynamic. And they did a good job with that, I thought. So yeah, I like the whole like family dynamics like in the first half of the film. Um, I'll stick with that and then you guys can go with your other pros so I don't take up all of them.
I agree with that. I liked that it kind of felt like watching two different, like completely distinct genres in one movie. So in the first half, like I didn't know what to expect. So I kind of thought that the first half of the movie was just going to be this like kind of comedy family movie where, she's just trying to get on their good side and like that kind of, you learn a lesson and whatever, you learn to accept each other. And then there started to be like some things where like, okay, things are not quite right here. Like she has some sort of past and like the genre sort of like shifts, which I really liked. I think they did that really well. Like I think they spent some time like kind of building that up in the first half, which I enjoyed. And then I also just really liked that like they they showed that she could care about multiple things. So as the movie goes on, you find out that she has this past where she's like this badass, like rebel. And then in the present, her priorities are like around family and stuff. And I think it's cool that they show that you can care about both. Like you don't just have to be a housewife that cares about being, the best cook, and you don't just have to be a rebel that doesn't care about family or is completely isolated. I like that they kind of showed the duality and the fact that you can care about both.
Agreed. I really liked that too. I think they did a good job of like not because I think in this genre, especially for like people dabbling in it for the first time, you run the risk of like putting down traditional housewives and like tradition and things like that. And I think they did a good job of not doing that. Like, yeah, she is a badass, but she like also being a housewife is a badass and like it accepted all um variations, and I thought that was really well done. I do agree. Sorry, I know we're talking about pros, but I just wanted to mention I agree with what you said earlier, Akhil. I felt like because at the end of the movie, I was like, wow, that was a great movie, but I just felt like something was missing. And I think that was like overall like emotion and like connection to the characters. I feel like maybe there was like a lack of like soul. Um, and like that really like powerful like punch of like so like lately I've been crying in like every single movie. Like even like the Toy Story 5 trailer, I like cried for that. And I did not cry in this movie, which is kind of it just tells me a lot that like I personally like it wasn't a very like connected movie to like emotions in general. Because like even like at the end of PK, if you think about it, like there's just some kind of like powerful like monologue or something that like really makes you like leaves with you when you leave the theater, and I didn't have that in this movie. But I think like they did a really good job of the themes like of like women being like like badasses no matter what they do. And like the family roles and like gender roles challenging. That was good.
Anything from you, Ankith?
Yeah, so as everybody already said my pros, I think one of the things that I really like was the side characters, but again, like Akhil said, like there wasn't much given to them. Like I thought like the relationship that she had with her husband was actually pretty nice in the three scenes they had, like it was kind of like they had that banter going on, and then obviously like her friend like kind of carries the comedy element of the thing. So it's stuff like that I really enjoyed, but they were only there for like one, two, three scenes. Like it was just kind of boring for the rest of the movie. So I guess the side actors did their part.
Anise, what do you have?
I agree
Samantha
with
Glazer.
everyone, especially Rhea and Tulsi. They ate with their perspective. Pro. I loved the costume designer's sari selection for Samantha. Cut
That's like
the
one of those
comments.
things you say when you don't like anything else in the movie.
No,
You're
you
like,
guys
oh yeah,
already
the
covered
costumes are
everything I like.
I agree. I think costumes aren't frequently talked about, and I think they did a good job in this
They did for sure.
styling.
It was very colorful, which actually helped like lessen the boredom at times because you're like, oh, at least it's nice to look at. So,
But
um,
yeah, my biggest pro is like Samantha. Samantha ate it down. Like just seeing her on the screen, like she hasn't been around in so long. Last time was Cushy, I think, and I didn't like that movie. So finally seeing her in this like proper role that feels like it's apt for her skill set. It felt really nice.
Was
I'm
it
a
Cushy or
Samantha stan.
Shakuntalam?
Is that after Cushy?
I actually don't know.
I don't
Thought
think
about
so. I
that
think it
one.
was Cushy.
Yeah, Cushy is probably her last one.
Yeah.
Shogun
I
was
don't
so
even think
bad.
I don't even think Shakuntalam was Samantha. I'm pretty sure they cloned her. It was like some,
It's just like an
Yeah.
AI model.
yeah. Dude, so Ria doesn't know this, but her ex-husband and her had like a nasty divorce. And it was like Naga Chaitanya's teaser right before her movie. And he like winks at the audience or something. He's like smiling at the
Wait,
audience.
what movie does he have coming out?
It's like
Vish.
Vishwakarma
Vishwambaram.
or wow, we
It's
all
the
said three
same
different
guy who
titles.
made
There was like three
Virupaksha,
different movies. Yeah.
I think.
Uh,
The same guy who made Virupaksha?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's with that like another psycho villain in that trailer or whatever they put out for that.
Karma.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that confused with the Chiranjeevi movie where he has like a unicorn.
Yeah.
No, that won't come out.
I think
Vishwambara?
that's what Tulsi said, Vishwambar.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Vishwambaram.
Yeah.
Why do
Yeah,
they
I don't
sound
think
the
that's
same?
ever coming
A
out.
unicorn?
I keep saying
Yeah.
who's a Chiranjeevi. It's
Oh
Yeah.
going to
my
come this
God,
summer.
it's literally a unicorn.
Yeah. That movie trailer was so dog shit. I sent it to Ankit and like he's so biased. He responds back saying like pretty good graphics. I was like, what? I was like, there's a limit to glazing.
Wait, who said that?
My brother, he's a
Oh
Chiranjeevi
my
fan.
God.
There's a limit to
Look,
Banisatwam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a yeah, it looks like dog shit, dude. But anyways.
Well, Ankit and I are like the most Banisas for TFI. We both went on like a random Tuesday to this movie at like 10 a.m.
Wait, we went on Tuesday too.
well, my
But
Yeah,
tickets
me
were
too.
Uh,
free,
It
so
would have
I
been
didn't pay a
daytime.
single dime. Like,
Yeah, ours are half off. That's why we went on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Same.
Uh,
I guess we'll get to our negatives, the most
Well, I actually
awaited
had one
part of
more
our
positive.
podcast. Oh
oh,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So I think one thing I liked was like they incorporated a lot of household weapons. Like she beat
Mm,
those dudes up with like
Ooh, man, I'll be on
oil
flight.
frying thing, and then in the end they like started throwing all that stuff. Like I thought it was interesting because they got like the whole house involved, and none of these guys are like trained professionals. So they're like, all right, how do we like screw up these attackers? It's like, okay, just grab this, grab that, grab that. So I like that aspect. I thought that was pretty cool.
I agree with that because I like that it wasn't just like two people shooting at each other. I liked that it was like creative fight scenes. I like that they used like the chilies and stuff. It was cool. It was like very unique and it made it more interesting to watch. Like, how are they going to use these items to like mess up these goons?
Like I think that made it more entertaining than a regular male movie fight
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
I I feel like my biggest con is it's the same exact con we have when a guy is the lead. It's like when the guy is the lead, they write the woman terribly. when when someone does the lead, like the men in this movie are actually just a clown show. Like her husband's a straight like bro, that guy's a bot. Like I don't care if he's like the reincarnation of God himself, treating people for 2 rupees. This guy's the worst husband ever. He doesn't do shit when his family's berating her the whole movie, and he's like, "Oh, I told you you won't impress them. Like, go cure cancer. Dude, what are you doing?" Ani, right? Like he has no personality. He's actually a cardboard cutout. And then what the fuck is that villain? Like Gulshin is just absolutely wasted in my opinion in this movie. Don't even get me started on that one idiot in the house with like 3 teeth on top of each other. That guy sucked
Butcher
too.
Roger.
Yeah, yeah. So like
Who
the
even was
men in
that?
this
I don't
movie are
understand what his relationship was to live in that house.
He just
I
like
think it
gossiped.
It
Yeah,
was one of the
He
it's
don't
all
really
in
give
his
sister's
it
role.
to anybody.
husbands.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
oh
that guy.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
he was, yeah, the sister's husband.
yeah, and it
Sister.
was like
The second sister, whatever.
yeah. Like I
Mhm.
didn't find the villain threatening. I didn't find the husband like I wasn't rooting for them, right? Because like he was so bland, and I understand the same shit happens in like OG with Pam or other heroines. Like I get it. It's it's I think it's just writing is just trash both ways. People just don't know how to write characters anymore. So that's how I felt. Maybe you guys connected more with the husband and villain and whatever Buchiraju, yeah. But I definitely had zero, and those are pretty important. At least the husband and villain are pretty important characters. So that was my biggest
I think
thing.
with the husband, they were trying to just show him as like, oh, like a supportive backbone to her.
Yeah.
Like that was their goal, but it didn't really come across as that way because there were no scenes of him really standing up for her. Like, I
True.
don't think he ever does that in the whole movie. So, if you at least had one or two of those scenes and then kept everything else the same, I think he would have been a more developed character. But yeah, I think agreed that like characters were definitely written poorly, and that's also my biggest like flaw of the film. I think everything was just super surface level. Like they introduce a theme and then that's it, and then move on to like another theme or something. It's everything is just surface level until the end. They don't really go into depth of any of the themes. Like even the themes of like what is a good daughter-in-law versus a bad daughter-in-law, or like all of that stuff. Like they don't really go into depth into that. They just kind of like slightly cover it, like have a few scenes with Srimuki and then move on to like something else. And that's how the flashback was too. It's just like introduced and then done within 5 minutes, and it was like one of the worst flashbacks I've ever seen. So it throughout the whole film, it's just like that. Like it's just really surface level writing, and that was I think that's my biggest like con of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wish Anasuya had a scene. That's Srimuki who we keep talking about, Ria, competing daughter-in-law. But I wish she had a scene. Like she has one scene at the end where she throws like crushed chilies at the villain, but this whole movie, like her whole identity is to please that fucking Amama and like everyone else. I wish there was a scene where like outside of just that fight scene in the end where she kind of talked about something, right? Like that we see that she's not just relegated to these tasks, that she's her own person. Maybe like a bonding scene with her and Samantha apologizing or something. I wish there was something like that to show that like she's her own person too. Because I think like Tulsi said, they really failed to show that in a way. Um And I get it. It's fun in the like, you could have cut away. We saw her friend deliver like 15 packages. Take one of those scenes out and then put in like a scene with Anasuya where they both are talking about like outside of the house, right? Outside of serving your in-laws. So it just felt like it was a missed opportunity.
I
Yeah,
fully thought they were gonna, sorry, look, I thought they were gonna like have a scene of Surimuki catching her in the act of
Yeah,
like taking
I thought
delivery
they were
from her
going to.
friend. I was like, you're literally setting up for that, but you never did it. So,
and then at the end when her and Srimuki like go to the where do they go? I don't know. They go on the bike somewhere. Oh yeah, she says
oh
she's gonna
To
go
yeah,
fight
get
those
fish.
goons in the
Yeah,
car,
she
in
said she's
the
gonna go get
boat
fish.
train.
Srimuki comes with her. I thought that was gonna be one of those like
those moments.
confrontation scenes, but again,
Yeah.
another missed opportunity.
Actually, that would have been a perfect spot to do it,
Yeah,
but
I literally thought
she
they were
just
gonna.
kind of tells her to leave and that's it. I'm like,
Yeah,
why was Surimuki even in that scene? There's
Yeah.
literally no point in having her in that scene.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of things that they were like kind of building to, and then there was no payoff at the end. So those were kind of the scenes in the first, especially in the first half, where I was like, my expectations started to get a lot bigger than the movie could deliver on. Like especially with the villain, I kind of feel like with the villain, the more we learned about him, or like the more screen time he had, the less menacing and like threatening he was. Like by the end of the movie, I'm like, this is just like some guy. Like he's not even going in the house to like fight her. He's sending in all his goons first. Like I kind of felt like in the beginning he actually was kind of threatening and like scary. And then the more you learn about him, the more you learn he's just like kind of a coward. And so I didn't love the way that they built out his character. Agree about the husband. I feel like he was they kind of tried to portray him as this one-dimensional like savior, but it seemed like he was supportive of everyone in that movie besides his wife. So I just kind of I didn't feel any like the whole premise of his relationship with his father being strained is because he left his family to go be with this woman, but then you don't sense any of that like dedication to his wife or like any of that love that would require him to like leave his family. So I feel like there was just like a lot of dynamics that they introduced that they didn't explore at all. And then they spent that time exploring kind of like random things or it just felt like the pacing of the movie in that way was kind of off.
Ironically, I think the husband thing was also a little clever. Like it was kind of a double-edged sword because I felt like because he was kind of a dud, it kind of reflected like the way that actual sometimes like
Is
Indian
meant to be.
act. Yeah,
Yeah.
like especially with their family, like they kind of like they don't stand up for their wife, which is a very common theme that we all see like in real life too. So I thought that was kind of like it could go both ways. Like either they did such a good job that he like reflects actual like bad husbands, like you know what bad husbands, but like or they just did like did a superficial writing of this one-dimensional character, or it could be both.
I
Yeah.
wonder if they also thought that having him like stick up for her or whatever would kind of lessen her character. And since this is her film, like maybe they wanted her to just handle everything with the family rather than having him come in and like save the day or something like that. Maybe I don't know I don't know
Well,
what their
not
thought
even
process
save the
was,
day,
but
but like we don't see him like say like just be who you are. You don't have to be anyone
Yeah.
else.
yeah.
Like he never said that. He just said like just pass. Like do the things that you have to do and let's get like just
Yeah.
pass. And like that's what I mean. Like I feel like that they did kind of hit home on how a lot of husbands act around their family.
He he flat out says he won't be better than Anasuya. Like I think he says that like as a
Yeah, he was
housewife.
like, you don't need to be
Yeah.
number one. Like you're not gonna be number
Yeah.
one. Just pass.
Yeah, he
Which
said there's only no one
yeah.
number one and it's Anasuya. Like that
And
was
I agree. Yeah, and I agree that like it does show that a lot of people are like this, but if you want us to root for them, then maybe don't show him like
Yeah,
this because I'm not gonna
exactly.
root for So
I agree.
but yeah, I don't know. Anise, you seem upset. Samantha
No,
fan. Are we is this too many cons in a row for you, or is your heart shattering?
no. I thought this movie was mid. It's okay. I get
Oh.
it. But yeah, I agree with everyone. I didn't like the husband character or the villain character. Actually, in fact, నాకు ఆ villain character అర్థం కాలేదు. I didn't understand why he was a villain, what he was trying to do, why he even entered the house. Like, ఆడికి కూడా అర్థం కాలేదు.
Dude, I think they want to show him as like a psychopath, but it didn't come across at all.
Didn't-
Like
Like
they
he
were
was
thinking that he's
comical.
some Joker type
Yeah.
psychopath, but like it did not come across like that.
There was
He just was
nothing,
a buffoon.
yeah, there was nothing he did that made me think that. Like he didn't do any psychopathic activity other
Like
And
than
I,
put that
like
guy in
his
jail.
psychopathic activity that we were supposed to just like understand that he was a psychopath was when he like lit the jail on fire and then claimed
yeah.
that he was dead, right?
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was but like I
Whatever,
don't
he
know.
was
Someone
just
just
trying to get
walked
out
in.
of
Yeah.
jail.
And they
Yeah.
also do a lot of telling and not showing. Like they like
Defense.
say that he's dangerous and like say like, oh, I'm scared of him and all that, but they never show any reason to why you are. Like
Yeah.
even in the flashback, yeah, he takes like they show him taking money from some like officials or something, and like that's it. Like we're
I
supposed to
don't know
think he's
what
a
that is
psychopath
about.
because of that. Like, yeah, maybe he's a bad guy, but like he's not really out there for like to see the world burn type psychopath, you know?
Like
Yeah.
I don't understand Nuxalism at all for me to like already like understand what their
Yeah.
perspective is and like they need to like set that up properly, especially to our generation, like maybe to like us American Indians who like probably don't understand those types of concepts. And
Mhm.
especially for people who are not Telugu, right? They'll also not understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand it at all. And like I also feel like in that flashback scene, they, they didn't touch on the like grooming angle at all. You didn't even really find out that he was in love with her and like infatuated with her until after he gets out of jail and starts like stalking her or whatever. Until that moment, so like literally probably 70% of the movie, I thought she like did something to him because they were kind of like setting it up as like she got him, she turned him into the police and now he hates her. But then there was also the angle of like he wanted to, I don't know if that was like supposed to be him like trying to intimidate her, but I kind of feel like they tried to bring some stuff in at the end that they didn't set up in the flashback at all, which would have helped his character come off more as like a psycho or a freak or like somebody that she should actually fear.
I feel like to what Ria said, I think they watered down everything in this
Yeah.
movie. Like anything that's supposed to have high emotion, it's supposed to be like maybe they were trying to make it kid friendly. They just watered everything down to
Yeah,
not
like a
make their
family
yeah,
friendly type
to
movie.
make their
Yeah.
audience not feel uncomfortable.
Then don't choose like
Yeah.
Naxalism and like rape, like kind of like ideologies. Like, like you can, there's other ways you could have gone about it. Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
It seemed like as I was watching it, the creators were very confused about what they wanted this villain to be. Like I could sense the confusion. I was like, wait a minute, is he like out for revenge? Is he trying to like get back at her? Or is he like, but then I was like, wait, but he's trying to marry her because he likes her? Like it just was very confusing. And I think because of that reason, it wasn't scary and there was no like um stakes.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I hate they chose that as the reason. Like, it, why does it ultimately have to come down to that whenever you have a woman character? Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
lustful towards you and I want to marry you. Like, you could have simply just left it. Like, yeah, it's like cut and dry. Like, it's not much depth, but you could have literally left it as she got him in jail and he's pissed and wants revenge. Simple as that. Like, why does it have to always come down to, oh, I like her, like I want to marry her?
I
Yeah,
will say for a composer of Santosh Narayan's level, what the fuck was that BGM too? Like I think like background score can make or break a movie, and I think there's like one song in this movie. It's like it's the one where she's dancing.
Da, da,
It's like
da, da, da,
something beat.
dee, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was fine. But the score, whenever she does something, is that like really shitty guitar. It's like so jarring and it doesn't build up the scene at all. And I'm just
Like
like, this sounds like ass. Like,
it was like electric, right? I remember in the bus there was,
yeah.
it was like,
And
yeah. I don't remember the BGM really because it was unremarkable, but
It was
that,
really unrememberable, yeah.
Yeah. There's like one I think they used like I don't know the exact instrument. It's like an Indian instrument. And it was like I thought it was like okay, like it's like a sitar or something. That's what it's called. Yeah, they used that at some point. I was like, oh, that they could have just used stuff like that and kept it going. But yeah, they bring in like Guitar Hero type music and yeah, it just did not work.
it's
yeah,
so
one of my
jarring.
negatives. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, no, that was the music sucked. Like I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah. One of my negatives, like you guys touched upon it, was that I just didn't like feel any danger for like her family or anything like until the end. Like there was that one fake out scene where like she like had to choose between her husband, then her like Mamiya, then like go here and there, and like nothing happened there. Then there was that temple scene where they just like chased her, and then she just like swerved. Like I just feel like until the very end there was no like threat of danger. Like this dude talked a lot of talk. He just like killed 19 people at the jail, but like is sitting outside like having like tea conversation with her. I just felt like there was no real danger, and so I didn't really care. Like there's a lot of like, okay, like come on, like where's the actual like action or like for the action set pieces that were really cool, but like again, they were like only like two of them, and they were kind of reserved for important moments, so it was kind of boring the whole time.
I totally zoned out during this movie because I don't know the conflict between Hermavea and that other politician guy, and like why the villain teamed up with the other politician. Like I don't know any of that.
I think they set it up like very poorly, but I think the other guy wants like a position within that party that the Mamiya is in, but the Mamiya doesn't want to give it to him because he's corrupt. And so that they have like some beef going on there. And then the villain just uses that beef to be like, I'll get back at that family for you and whatever, whatever. That's how they make ties. But yeah, it was all very, again, surface level writing. It always comes down to that.
I miss when writing used to be like Sai said, ready, or like even like Boomerloo, like where the family dynamics are so well done. Yeah, I just miss it. Tulsi, you're on mute.
Awkwardly. You said Bummerloo, which made me remember the first like 10 minutes of the movie, I was thinking of Bummerloo because of the like impressing the family and everything. Um, and we came home after this movie and we like the first thing I did was put Atadu on because I was like, I need to remind myself what like good writing and like depth is because this attempted to be that, but it lacked it.
Yeah. Honestly, we might never get that level of like filmmaking again.
Pinuvetla, where are you?
And this was like the closest I feel like that you could get in this day and age, which is not really saying much.
Univitela is not your answer to that problem, by the way. And he's maybe
I'm
maybe
still
in
making
20
Amar Akbar
2009
Anthony Shedkilperd.
he
Yeah.
made a Gopi Chand movie that I watched. It was so ass. I don't even know what it was called. It was like Viswam something.
Oh God.
Didn't
I
it
think I
release
saw that.
recently, or like isn't it going to release?
It did release, unfortunately.
He's still
That
making
I
yeah.
think he's still making stuff too, which is crazy.
both of them. Why are they both?
Yeah.
Well, and these things Gopi Chand's hot, so there's that.
Hey,
She's-
that's not true.
uh,
I think he
yeah,
was.
I mean, I actually think he's still good looking. He just makes really bad movies, so it's hard to like say he's good looking. His movies are so
Dude,
ass.
he should just go back to being a villain and he'll become like India's number one actor.
No,
Like
I mean he's
literally from the
six foot
first
and
movie
he's
he
in
does.
shape.
I think
Like
he'd be a great villain.
Spirit low, for sure, for sure.
You have some insider details?
No, I don't.
First off, Prabhat himself won't be in spirit, so I doubt Gopi Chand will.
I heard
Yeah,
something
there.
about the name of that movie is like in contention, like
Oh, yeah, there's some like other
copyright.
person that's like suing them or something because they had the title registered first or whatever. I saw something on Insta about that.
I I feel like overall, like back to Maa Inti Bangaaram, I just it's like you guys I just realized like what the fuck is a spirit? But the whole point of this movie, I feel like it did try to be an author do, or even like I mean we've seen millions of movies like this. People have a traumatic past and then they want to start a fresh life and it comes back to haunt them. And it has all the same issues that the rest of them do, minus one or two, where character is never in danger. Like I get it. It's awesome having a badass female character, especially when Tollywood has very few of those. But that doesn't give you an excuse to also write two-dimensional characters around your leading person to make them invincible, to give them a shitty backstory. Like they should also face hurdles that like you should also feel like they're in danger. You should care for the family that they're trying so hard to protect. When even that scene Ankit said where like she's like, "Oh shit, who do I save?" You don't care about if any of them dies, frankly, at that point, right? Like I wasn't like, "Oh, it should be the Mavia, it should be your husband who gets saved." I was like, it should be the runtime that gets cut in that point. So for me, just wasn't rooting for anything, which sucked because I wanted to like this movie, right? But like at the end of the day, like the same issues that happen with any other commercial movies happen with this one. It's just honestly, it's just as mid as everything else that's come out. I think it just gets a pass because it's 2026 and the bar is in literal hell for Tollywood. Especially with the online community, because I've seen so much elevation of this movie, and I thought I was tripping after watching it. So
Yeah. I guess like if we're gonna do like closing thoughts, I still would say like I am leaning towards liking it still. But again, like I'm on that line of like didn't like it to average, and then like liking it. But I'm gonna lean towards liking it, just because I think they did like enough but also like didn't go into depth into a lot of things that they should have gone into. And again, like it's not like you need to add more runtime. I think it's just like if you look at like yeah, movies like Athuru and stuff, those are also 3 hours long, but look how much more satisfied you are with all the relationships in the film or like anything that happens in the like the story of the film. Like you could have easily done the same thing here and built out the characters and made you connect with all the characters in the runtime that they had. In fact, Athru does a lot more. Like it packs in like 10 songs and like five different fight sequences. The whole first like 30 minutes is like a different assassination story, like comparatively to the other part of the movie. There's a lot that they also try to do here, but they just don't develop the characters enough. Like they didn't put enough time and effort into the writing of these characters, um, and that's why it's an average film. But I think like one of us was saying, maybe Akhil, you were saying at the beginning, like I'm so glad it's a success. Like that's I think that's good for other creators to maybe step up and attempt stuff like this and like hopefully put in more time into the writing part, because this will give like confidence that hey, stuff like this can be a success too. So that's my closing thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I think to your point about it being a success, I think part of it was like it being unoffensive and very surface level also might have made it maybe more palatable to people. And the better that these types of movies do, I think the more people will step up and create like grittier versions or versions that maybe aren't for everybody, but can still like carry a message. So I think that's good. I think also because I didn't have any kind of like preconceived notions about the movie. I didn't have any expectations. So I was kind of just able to like enjoy it for what it is. So I think if I'd gone in with like crazy expectations about like how well received it's going to be or like how many people are super excited for it, I think I would have probably enjoyed it less. But I think for me, it was a fun watch and like a good, I think, sort of like exposure of what these types of movies are. So I'd definitely be down to watch like more Telugu movies of this type of like format. I enjoyed it.
I agree. Again, overall, I did really like the movie. I came out saying like, oh, that was really good. Of course, there were issues, like we we said, like the villain, the husband, the one-dimensional characters, and the flashback and all of that. Um, I think like you guys make really good points that like sometimes you have to sacrifice those things if you want a lot of people to watch it, and like then maybe we'll open doors for like more gritty versions of like things like this. But I think it's a step in the right direction. I would love to see more movies like this, even if they have like flaws like this, it's fine. Um, and I was gonna say something. Ugh. Um, yeah, that's it. Overall, I really liked it. I
We'll come
think,
back to you if you
yeah.
remember. Anis or Ankith, take it
I
away.
can go. I haven't prepared anything, but I agree with everything you guys have said so far. I also had issues with the cohesiveness of the movie. Like I mentioned, Atadu, Reddy, Bumralu, they do it so much better. And like they don't pick 50 different things that the movie wants to do and say. They pick like one plot and go with it. And I wish this movie could have done that better. But it's okay. Even though there are a lot of flaws in this film, I'm happy that it's doing well. And I, again, like Tulsi said, hope that more films like this come out and it gives space for more female-led, female-directed movies too. But if I can make a point, I like Oh Baby a lot more than I like this movie.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I think we all would agree.
yeah, and that reminds me of what I was gonna say. Like, perfect. Um, yeah, so like I was saying, like I hope a lot more movies like this come out also in like different versions. Like it doesn't always have to be like fighting people or like killing people. Like you can show people of all kinds being amazing in their own way, in different ways. Like you don't need to have like an amazing cook or like a really strong like assassin. You could be like a normal ordinary Joe, but be a great person. And like that would be very entertaining to watch also. Um, yeah, just kind of like everything in the middle would be really cool too for if there's any future filmmakers watching this.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Like, I think for me, like the positives and the negatives kind of like hit both ways. So like it kind of just averaged out. Plus a lot of the like Akhil said, like runtime could have been shortened. So for me, it was just like an average watch. Like I didn't hate the fact that I watched it, but if I watched it at home, I don't think it would have been much different. So I thought it was just average, but again, like I'm happy that this is succeeding because more types of risks will be able to be taken to go further in that direction.
Ankith,
Should we
after
do our
watching the
scores?
movie, oh, sorry, can I just?
Yeah, go
Ankith,
ahead.
after watching the movie, was like, Maa Inti Midgaram. And I
Yeah.
was like,
I
he
think that
hated
was the
that.
first text you sent, and I was like, oh dang.
I know. I hate being the last one to see the movie in that chat too, or like second to last, because like both of them already said it was mid. It was 9 p.m. on a work day, and I was like, "Fuck me." I was like, "All right, I guess let's get this done with." So, but I think you guys lowered my expectations going in, which is good because I actually had. If it wasn't for year two's text, I think I would have had even more higher
Ankith and
expectations.
Kata.
But
No,
you and
you,
Uncle.
because I
Oh,
have both of us saw it like later than you
oh,
guys.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we
So,
watched early on in Tuesday.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
but if I were to give this a number, which I am, I'm gonna give it a struggle. I would say it's like a 5.5 to 6 out of 10. I would never watch this again. But the one time I watched it, I didn't leave hating it. I was just like, it's okay, it's whatever. So I'll just give it a 6 because it's once again a step in the right direction. But as a pure movie, I would rate it as like a 5.5 or like a 6 out of 10. Basically, yeah. So
Yeah, I said this when like we walked out of the theater, and I think I'm still at that same point, but I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7.
I think 6.5. I'd agree with 6.5.
I'll give it a 6. If I can give Peddi a 4 out of 10, I can give this a much higher rating.
Do you
I'll
really
even
give
give
that
that
a
a
4 out
four.
of 10? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
well,
Peddi,
yeah. Is it for
it
each
is
sport
what
that
it
he
is.
played? Like,
I remember it's because Anise like added a point for everything she liked instead of like
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh no, no, I took out points for
Took
oh,
out.
everything
I
sorry.
I
added
Yeah,
a
hated.
you
point
did.
for
Yeah,
everything
right.
I
You
Yeah.
did the
liked.
opposite.
So
Yeah,
there's only
yeah.
like
Yeah.
6 main things I hated in the movie.
So positive. Everyone starts with a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think I agree with Akil. I think I give it a 5.5. Like if I watched it at home, I probably would have like stopped watching or like been scrolling on my phone. But for what it was in theaters, it was like a good enough earnest effort, and it still didn't wasn't bad. So
yeah. If I did a niece's approach for Peddi, my numbers might have got into the negatives. If I like manually took out points I didn't like, it might have been at like a negative 50. But yeah, I think everyone already said it, but step in the right direction. If like, if the men in Tollywood, if the 60-year-old Balayas and Chiranjeevis can make bullshit like this and gross hundreds of crores, then like, what's stopping the equality? Like, let them get their bag too, right? I just hope it leads the road to more elevative filmography, especially from Raj. from Raj and DK, like I expect so much more from him. Like he
He
wrote
didn't
that, I
write
think,
it. He didn't
right?
write it. He
Oh,
had
okay.
the like the concept or something, and
Concept.
then
Yeah,
they had like two other random writers like write it.
it
I
said
think
it's from his mind, whatever that
Yeah.
means.
I think
Creative
I
Batch.
just
Which is
expect,
it's a good concept. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's a great like thing to
yeah.
pick up on, but it's all in the way you develop it, and the writers didn't really do that good of a job.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have like two more points. One is I wonder what they would have done if Sai Pallavi was the heroine.
Flopped.
Right? Like
Sorry.
You think they would have flopped?
I think Samantha, like, no, I don't think the movie would have been worse. I think Samantha just has a
female
lot of
pull.
goodwill
A
and
bigger
like
pull
pull.
as well.
And we saw last time Sai Pallavi doing a Naxalite movie how that turned out for her.
The
So
one with Rana.
yeah,
Yeah,
Rata
Virat Bharman.
yeah. So
And then my next point was I think this is like the highest grossing female-led film in Telugu industry. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
and they like in the like Arundhati time, obviously like the ticket prices were a lot lower. But I think this released with like normal ticket prices anyway. But
Mm.
yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, you're right. I think I read somewhere it overtook Mahanati because I think it was Arundhati and then Mahanati and then this.
Okay,
Um,
that's actually crazy.
Yeah,
Beating
over
Mahanati.
Mahanati is crazy.
Yeah.
but you have to adjust it for inflation, right? That was in like 20, I don't even know.
17,
Yeah,
2018.
20, yeah. So dollar value or like rupee value, like it's I think someone made a post actually, is very interesting, but Mahanati present day would have made like there'd be a difference of like 70 crores, which
Mm.
is huge. So
Crazy.
I feel like
Also,
even with
Ma
Arundhati, because like I think the
yeah,
amount of footfalls that movie had with the amount of actual people going to the theaters is probably not gonna like come back anymore. Like that's how many people went out and saw that film.
yeah, and also Mahanati had like a ensemble cast of like cameos and Dulquer Salmaan and all these guys. Like Maa Inti Bangaaram is just Samantha.
Hmm.
yeah, which is why like nothing against Sai Pallavi, I think should have acted just as well, but it's you can't deny like Samantha just has pull. Like she just has like audience goodwill. Um and I feel like she just pulled off that action in a way that I don't see Sai Pallavi doing quite as well, if that makes sense. Nothing against her as an actress. I just think it wouldn't maybe not a flop, but definitely not as big of a hit. But just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean we've never seen her do action, but like I agree. I don't think she would have done that great of a job. But again, I can't judge because she never did it before.
I think Sam had good practice
So
with action with
Yeah,
yeah,
also
she's
just
pretty
like
like
Family Man.
knowing them both from like Instagram. Like I just know like Samantha's really into like lifting and training, even if not for a movie, like she just does it on a daily.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if Sai Pallavi does it as much, but she would have been great too.
Yeah. Anything
cool.
else? No.
I think we had a pretty well-rounded review. So thank you guys for listening to us. I hope some of you made it this far, but appreciate you guys as our fans if you made it this far. We'll come back with another review soon. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.